Hey friend, welcome back to Chronic Health Solutions. I'm Ashley, and today I want to talk to you about something that I know so many of you are struggling with, and that is brain fog. It's just that really foggy, exhausted feeling where your brain just will not cooperate. Have you ever sat down to do something really simple and then suddenly you can't remember what you're doing or why you're there? Maybe your thoughts feel really thick, slow, or scattered. Or maybe you just feel so drained that you cannot find the energy to focus on anything. If that sounds familiar, you are not alone. So let's talk about what we can do about it. Welcome to Chronic Health Solutions. If you're more than just a tired mom, I'm talking trying to make it through the day without crashing by noon, you're not alone. I'm Ashley, a wife, mom, and certified health coach. I have been where you are, battling chronic health symptoms and chronic illness, things like brain fog, joint pain, and fatigue that made me wonder if I'd ever feel like myself again. After uncovering root causes like stress, poor sleep, and hormone imbalance, I found simple health routines to begin to feel better, one simple habit at a time. Keeping up with your kids is not impossible. Pop in your earbuds and take a break from the chaos. It's you time. Here is what the Conquer Chronic Symptoms Challenge looks like. You show up live, camera optional, comfy clothes on, tea in hand. I walk you through 3 daily rhythms that are going to help to reset your energy, reduce stress, and decrease brain fog. These are pulled straight from my one-on-one coaching framework. You're going to have a workbook so you can follow along and leave with your next step already mapped out. And you're going to learn how to support your stress and sleep without another strict routine. All of this in 1 hour of your time, totally free. Let me show you exactly how I went from daily exhaustion and chronic stress to energetic and focused. Not to mention keeping up with the kids without constantly losing my patience on them, feeling like a happy, healthy mom again. Do you want this for yourself? Join us at conquer.ashleybraden.com, or you can find the link in the show notes below and I'll show you how. I remember a time when we were planning to go on a trip as a family, and I was working on creating a packing list because I knew myself, and if I did not have it written down, I would forget it and I would forget to pack it. I was going through trying to make this list, writing everything out, when suddenly my mind went blank. I remember staring at the paper for minutes, even walking around my house, backtracking, trying to jog my memory, just to remember what it was that I was wanting to write next on the list. I also remember feeling so frustrated and feeling like my brain was failing me. This is something that I'm sure many of you have experienced over and over again. Brain fog is not just in your head, it's a really serious or very frustrating symptom that is connected to chronic stress, fatigue, and inflammation. So what can you do whenever brain fog hits really hard and you need to get your brain back online without draining more of your very limited energy? I want to share with you today 5 quick nervous system friendly resets that are going to help to clear brain fog. So let's get started. Okay, the first one is to do some type of cross-body brain activation. When your brain is feeling stuck, try moving your body in a way that is going to engage both hemispheres of your brain. So this could be something like doing a couple of minutes of cross body movements, like marching in place. And then while you're marching in place, you bring your right elbow to your left knee, and then your left elbow goes to your right knee. You could also do a hand to shoulder switch, which is just where you're going to touch your right hand to your left shoulder, while your left hand touches your right hip. And then you're going to switch again. So right hand to left shoulder, left hand to right hip, and then you switch that and do the opposite. These types of movements are going to help to improve your coordination. It boosts focus, and it also gets both sides of your brain firing together again, which can be really helpful whenever you're struggling with brain fog. Okay, number 2, and I talk about this one a lot, is hydration with electrolytes. Sometimes brain fog is actually hydration in disguise. Adding electrolytes to your water, like a pinch of sea salt or a good quality electrolyte powder, can also help your cells to absorb more water effectively, which is going to give you a really noticeable boost in mental clarity. Okay, number 3, this is a big one for me, something that I have to be really careful with and really intentional about. And this is strategically timing when you have caffeine. So if you are drinking coffee or tea or anything like that, try waiting until mid-morning instead of reaching for it first thing as soon as you get up. That mid-morning time is whenever your cortisol levels are starting to dip, which means that caffeine is going to give you a little bit of a cleaner, more energizing effect without overstimulating your stress hormones. I also really like to make sure that I am eating something whenever I'm having any type of a caffeine drink instead of taking caffeine on an empty stomach. Okay, number 4 is going to be some type of a social interaction. And this is something that I think we can often overlook, and especially if you're a busy mom who's either working or you're homeschooling, you're home with your kids, whatever your situation can look like, it can be really easy to feel like we don't have time to socialize with others or really invest in relationships because we're so busy with life. But even just taking a few minutes to be really intentional with, connecting with someone else can be really, really beneficial. So again, don't underestimate the power of connecting with others, even if it's sending a voice message, a funny meme, just a text to check in and ask how they're doing. Talking with a friend for a few minutes can give you a boost of dopamine and oxytocin, which are 2 brain chemicals that are going to help to lift that mental sluggishness. And honestly, it's just going to improve your mood as well. All right, number 5 is name 5. So when your mind feels foggy or scattered, silently name 5 things that you can see around you, paying attention to things like details of the colors of the things you're describing, maybe the texture, the shape. This simple practice is going to ground your brain in the present moment and can help to break that mental spiral that you might be going through. It's also going to help you to really focus back in on what's going on around you. The great thing about all of these is that they only take a few minutes. So you don't need to have the perfect schedule or tons of time, anything like that. You just need a few minutes to practice one of these. And again, whenever you notice you're starting to feel that really, I feel like my brain feels fuzzy a lot of times. And when you feel that, then just take out one of these different tools and practice that to see if you notice an improvement. And you might even notice that one works better for you than another, or it could be that one works better for you during a certain day or time of the month or whatever that may be, depending on what's going on and what's causing the brain fog. All right, friends, I hope that you try out at least one of these this week. If you do, please come over in our free Facebook community and share with us. I will have that linked down in the show notes below. Just come share with us what your experience was with trying whichever one of these you did, or if you tried multiple of them, we would love to hear about it. So come join us over there. That is all for this week, friends. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you back next time. Hey friend, I hope you found today's episode helpful. If you did, would you take a minute to share it with another mom who's struggling with chronic symptoms? And leave a review on Apple Podcasts. It means the world to me to know this podcast is making a difference for you. All right, it's time for me to go tackle those snack requests, and remember that a short walk, even if the kids turn it into a race, still counts as self-care. Keep chasing those little wins. Even when it feels messy, you're making progress. The information shared in this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult your healthcare provider before making any changes to your health routine. I'm not a doctor, and this podcast is not intended to treat or diagnose any condition. You're the expert on your body. Listen to it and reach out to a trusted provider for support.